There are very few films in recent memory that have hooked their audience faster than The Dark Knight. The first 5 minutes of this now classic movie set the stage beautifully with one of the all-time great movie heists. In terms of function, the scene operates eerily similar to the opening of Heat, aka the pinnacle of heist films. Heat was a major influence on how Christopher Nolan constructed the narrative, and it's very hard not to see.
You've changed things. Forever.
The Dark Knight makes its influences very apparent, making 2 overt references to Heat during this opening sequence.
You have any idea who you're stealing from? You and your friends are dead!
The purpose of these references is to distinguish The Dark Knight almost immediately. Gone are the gothic sets of previous films, and instead we're thrust into a very grounded and very real Gotham. Heat is sort of the groundwork for which The Dark Knight builds its identity. The Dark Knight is defined by its set pieces, so it starts with one. The narrative builds and builds with tension, so the opening keeps us on the edge of our seat. So much of the film's style and rhythm is established here, letting us know what we're in for. But let's be honest, what makes the prologue so impactful is how it introduces the Joker.
What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Pretty much everyone and their grandma knows that Heath Ledger absolutely killed it in his portrayal of the Joker. It is easily this generation's most iconic and imitated performance. But if we want to explore what makes the character work, we have to look past the performance and examine how it's integrated into the narrative. As I explored in my very first and very amateurish video, The Dark Knight is built around these 3-in-1 sequences, showcasing the Joker's many schemes. These set pieces revolve around the Joker, with him making some sort of threat.
Tonight, you're all gonna be a part of a social experiment.
If Coleman Reese isn't dead in 60 minutes, then I blow up a hospital.
I'm a man of my word.
From this point, the film enters what I like to call Where's Waldo mode, where we follow multiple sets of characters frantically looking for the Joker and trying to put an end to his schemes. These plotlines build their tension in synchrony, steadily tightening the noose with Hans Zimmer's incredible score. Finally, these separate elements all converge and crescendo when the Joker comes out of hiding.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Once he appears in the scene, he consumes all of its attention, with the characters and audience being transfixed by his performance. It's through his performance that he achieves what he wants, influencing others and putting his future plans into motion.
Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos.
Part of what I find so fascinating about Heath Ledger's performance is that it's exactly that, a performance, a collection of mannerisms and characteristics aimed at the audience he's talking to. It never occurred to me until recently that whenever we see the Joker, we do so through others' eyes. Whether it's Gordon, Rachel, or even Gamble, we're always at the whim of the Joker. The film only ever gives us the performance, an often contradictory performance. Like our characters, we are obsessed with understanding this character, grasping at any sort of intent that the film really never gives. What's important is that the film makes the distinction between performance and character. The Joker's performance is merely the action to which he carries out his intent. The actual character of the Joker is something different entirely, and is found not in the performance, but in the manner the performance is presented, which is why the first 5 minutes are so important. The set piece that opens the film plays out eerily similar to those that follow. We cross-cut between 2 separate groups of characters on a dangerous mission. The storylines cross paths, escalating the conflict in surprising ways.
No!
And finally, the plotlines crescendo in a spectacular fashion, with the Joker revealing himself once he's victorious.
Stranger.
But what separates this from all the other set pieces is that we follow this action through the Joker. The scene builds its tension by stacking the odds against him. We get to see how he navigates the obstacles to win the scene. I think this is the only scene in the film where we actually get a glimpse at this character. With the clown mask covering his face, there is nothing to distract from his actions and his intent. What's striking is how he's able to control people without his performance, using greed and fear to pit his enemies against each other. Furthermore, we witness just how calculated and patient this person is, with every move having a clear outcome in mind, far from just a dog chasing cars. You can see this patience echo throughout the film, not only with the Joker's incredible hiding skills during the multiple set pieces, but in the way the film holds back on his performance, waiting more than 17 minutes before he comes on screen again. The performance that Heath Ledger gave is easily the best in its genre. It's simultaneously hilarious and terrifying, dragging us to the depths of humanity. But the Joker isn't interesting because he does horrible things. What has made his character so endurable is that he'll wait for the perfect moment to do them. I want to give a big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Whether you need a domain, a website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. It is really easy to make your website beautiful through their all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever, so that's nice. If anything ever goes wrong, you can always rely on their 24/7 award-winning customer service. And whether you're looking to build a business, start a hobby, or create a little chaos, Squarespace is the perfect place for you. And if you go to squarespace.com/filmsandstuff, you can start your free trial today and get 10% off your first purchase. Now, Squarespace is a great way to support this channel, and another great way is by pledging $1 or $2 through my Patreon. You know, a little support goes a very long way. I also want to plug my Twitter. Just follow that. It's the best way to keep up to date with what I'm doing. It ensures a direct line of communication between me and you, the audience. And with that, I want to say thanks for watching.